Hello, my name is Camila and today I want to tell you about the Folktale Week. It is an art challenge. It took place in November on Instagram and it was brought to life by the group of talented artists. I will leave links to their Instagrams below. During 1 week of November, everybody who wanted to take part posted illustrations based on folk tales, legends, myths, and various stories. There was a prompt list with a topic for every day of this art challenge, but it wasn't mandatory. I decided to follow these themes, and I was very excited about this challenge from the beginning because I just love folk tales, especially the scary ones. So I completed all 7 days and I'm very proud of myself. It wasn't easy because of a very busy time at work. I illustrated mostly folktales I know from my childhood. I wanted to paint all illustration with watercolors, but because of lack of time I made them by using my iPad Pro 2017, Adobe Sketch and Procreate apps. But still I tried to keep this traditional feel. Whether I succeed, please let me know. Forest was the first topic. It is always very mysterious or dangerous place in every folktale. It is a home of various kinds of creatures like goblins, leshi in Slavic mythology, licho and many others. A lot of creatures from Slavic mythology are shown really great in Witcher 3. I decided to illustrate a Polish folktale. It is also known in other parts of Europe as fern flower. This extraordinary flower blooms during the shortest night of the year, midsummer night, and it is very hard to find. The lucky one who will find it can count on wealth and fortune. I wouldn't be myself if I wouldn't smuggle a girl to the picture, so in my interpretation of this story, the fern flower is a girl. The second day was magic. This time I illustrated a Russian folk tale, 12 Brothers, also known as A Tale of 12 Months. I remember that I loved it when I was a child. So a stepmother sends her stepdaughter into the dark forest in the frosty winter night. She demands strawberries. The sneaky stepmother wants to get rid of the girl, but she can't suspect that her stepdaughter meets 12 brothers in the middle of the forest. They make a place for the girl by the fire and, touched by her story, decide to help her. The June brother makes strawberries start growing, blooming and have fruits right on the snow. That was so magical to me, and I have to say that my early childhood took place in the communism time in Poland. Strawberries in markets in the middle of the winter wasn't the case, because there were no markets at all, and grocery stores were very poorly stocked. Luckily, the 90s had come and everything changed. It was also kind of magic. The third theme was a witch, a very delicious topic. I illustrated another Polish folk tale, The Witch of Beldany Lake. The heroine is the ugly Anne. She gets a gift from the malicious old witch who lives near Beldany Lake, a red bead. They have the power to change her look and she becomes beautiful. Every boy in her village wants to marry her, so she has another problem. So the witch says, take off the beads, throw it away and see who really loves you. And guess what? Nobody wants her. Poor girl has to jump to the lake to get back her beads, but she never leaves the water again. Eventually she becomes a wife of the king of the Beldany Lake, but is still unhappy. When sometimes someone hears a cry nearby, people say this is the Beldany witch crying. Quite sad. The next theme, ghost. My illustration is about Dziady. Dziady is a Polish tradition of 2nd November, Old Death Day. The eve of this day is called Dziady, Forefathers' Eve. You can hear and see amazing and chilling events that night. If you want to meet your dead ancestors, it is the best time to drink a cup of tea with them, or something stronger if you prefer. Here is a bit bored one. A poor dead girl was buried at the edge of the cemetery, no living or dead soul in the neighborhood, so no parties at all. An insect, probably Old Mother Frost, a German folktale, Frau Holle. I heard that story also as a little girl. It was the tale of two Dorothys. I heard this version, but it was probably one of many versions of the Frau Holle folktale. There was a bad and a good sister. Guess which of them was bad? The older one, of course. What a discrimination. As an older sister, I have to protest loudly. Yes, I don't have my conscience totally clear, but who has? But getting back to the story, the younger one was rewarded for good service. She produced diamonds and other gems every time she opened her mouth. The older one, which was considered lazy and disobedient, in my opinion, she had better ideas for filling her time than cleaning Frau Hohl's house, and I can't blame her. The older was punished. Every time she tried to speak, ugly insects, toads, and snakes were coming out instead of words. A very severe punishment for being assertive, don't you think? Day 6. A mirror. I illustrated the legend of Twardowski's mirror. Twardowski was an authentic person. Jan Twardowski was a wizard of the Polish king, Zygmunt II August Jagiellon, and Twardowski gave a king a very unusual gift. It was a magic mirror in which the king could see his dead wife, Barbara Radziwiłł. It was believed that young queen was poisoned by her mother-in-law. That was a great story, but today people think that it was probably some kind of disease, not poison, so it is less dramatic. Of course, the mirror was a trick, but it still exists. The theme of the last day was an animal, and we will stay with Twardowski, the wizard and alchemist of Polish king lived in 16th century. It was believed that he sold his soul to the devil in exchange for magical powers. There is a lot of legends and folktales related to him. One of them is his journeys on a giant magic rooster, and the rooster is the hero of my illustration. It was definitely my favorite art challenge so far, and I'm looking forward to taking part in Folktale Week in the next year. All these beautiful stories, ideas, discussions under post, it was so exciting. So let me know if you are also going to take part in Folktale Week in the next year. This is all, and see you soon.